This is Celebrity Thursdays. Every Thursday, we present you with another celebrity. Today, we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Kevin Hart. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers. Today we're going to tickle your funny bone with the one and only Kevin Hart. He's a comedian, an actor, and event host, and many other things too. We bet most of you saw at least half of his movies and laughed multiple times at his stand-up comedy shows. Kevin Darnell Hart didn't just have this talent and career from day one. He struggled a lot growing up in a single-parent family, dealing with his father's absence due to drugs and having odd jobs. In his early days, he tried to copy other comedians, but that didn't do him much justice. It was only after a few bad incidents that he started finding his identity and his own unique style. Now, on the cusp of his 40s, Kevin Hart is the father of 3 children, a very successful actor and a respected comedian. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. Not everything is fun and games in his life, but there's some pretty high-end stuff about it. We're going to show you just how much money the big guys in stand-up comedy make, and how Kevin is spending his share of the pie. Number 1. He's the highest paid comedian. How much money do you think a comedian makes? A few $1,000s? A few $1 million? Well, when you're at Kevin Hart's level, it's more like a few $1 million, among other names like Chris Tucker or Jerry Seinfeld. Although his competitors are richer than he is, Kevin is picking up the pace very fast. He's now the highest paid comedian in the world and makes around $1 million per show. It's reported that in 2017, he made $57 million and he's been named one of the most influential people in the world, which I guess is a testament to his reputation. Number 2. He bought old-school cars for his staff. With a hefty fortune secured in his bank accounts, Kevin can afford to be a little generous to those in need and who help him out. Recently, at the end of his tour, Kevin decided to surprise his staff with old-school muscle cars. Apparently, he spent over $500,000 on the cars, so we bet his staff was over the moon. They're now forming a car club called Plastic Cup Boys Car Club, and they even have an Instagram account. Number 3. You can rent his house for $175 per night. Kevin is well known to joke about his height and his family. Because this is such a major thing in his life, he bought a tiny home to tie it all together. He teamed up with Booking.com to create a tiny home that fits in the middle of Manhattan. The house is only 268 square meters, and it can be rented for $175 per night. Although it was initially installed in Manhattan, it's now being moved to Pennsylvania. He personally decorated the house and included a standard bed, full bath, a kitchen, living room, as well as Alexa, his favorite candle, and copies of his shows. Number 4. He gets courtside seats at basketball games. Through the years, Kevin Hart carefully has managed his partnerships and his image, so now he's enjoying the perks that come with celebrity. One of those great perks is having courtside seats for the most important basketball games. Those seats are usually saved for Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Gigi Hadid, Kylie Jenner, and other important celebrities. Depending on the team that's playing, the tickets could end up being $20,000. This just goes to show how much Kevin is making from sponsorship deals, not just from stand-up in the movies. Number 5. He has a net worth of $170 million. Kevin has been around for more than 10 years. With over 100 credits in movies and TV productions, Kevin Hart is by far one of the most well-known comedians and also one of the richest. His net worth is estimated to be around $170 million currently. It seems that hard work pays off. He's touring, acting, hosting, and endorsing brands, so money comes his way all the time. He grew up in a single-parent family, so being more successful and richer than Jerry Seinfeld, for example, must be a pretty big achievement for him. He shares the most valuable life lessons he's learned in a book called I Can't Make This Up. The book is pretty expensive at $30, but if you go to Alux.com/freebook and sign up, you can get the audiobook version for free, thanks to our friends at Audible. Number 6. He was booed many times on stage. When he was first starting out as a stand-up comedian, Kevin Hart had a very hard time. People are ruthless when it comes to performances, and since he was just starting out, he was booed off the stage several times. Someone even threw a piece of chicken at him. It took him a while to find his style, but he never stopped going to competitions. He's now a very successful comedian and also an actor. Thankfully, he stuck to it because he's one of the funniest comedians in Hollywood today. Number 7. He was laid off as the Oscars host after homophobic tweets surfaced. Kevin Hart has been hosting important events and TV shows for a while now. He's been successfully doing this job until some unwanted drama and controversy surfaced after it was announced he was the host of the 2019 Oscars. Some homophobic jokes he posted on Twitter 9 years ago caught the attention of everyone, so he was forced to drop out as the host and apologize. The Academy Board said they would like to have him back as a host, but the public apology didn't seem very genuine. It seems that parts of his past may be coming back to bite him in the ass. Number 8. He's being sued for $7.2 million over a sex scandal. There's nothing worse than having your secret unfold to the public for weeks and weeks, but when you're a celebrity, this tends to happen quite a lot. In 2018, Kevin's private life became very public when he admitted that he cheated on his wife while she was pregnant. On top of that, he said that he had been extorted over a sex tape. This entire chain of events affected him a lot business-wise, especially after a company sued him for $7.2 million. He and his family were supposed to get featured on a new game, and the scandal affected the launch and its profitability. Number 9. He doesn't allow fans to use their phones during his shows. Celebrities have a lot of weird requests, and some of them are not so well tolerated by fans. Since Kevin is a stand-up comedian, he's often in front of an audience. When he's performing, he doesn't want people to be on their phones, so at his shows, it is not allowed. During a UK tour, some of his fans were kicked out for breaking this request of his, showing that he has zero tolerance for this behavior. So, keep in mind next time you go to a Kevin Hart show, no phones and no camera. Number 10. His $2 million LA house was robbed. Because Kevin can't live in the tiny house we mentioned earlier, he also has a mansion in LA where he lives with his family. Although his net worth is quite big and the house he lives in is worth around $2 million, the home is located in a luxurious neighborhood of LA. Because of that, a few years ago, Kevin Hart's house was actually burglarized. The thieves stole jewelry worth $500,000. Thankfully, they didn't touch any of his 12 cars from his collection, worth a couple of millions. The private jet was also safe. Number 11. He donated $250,000 to his former school district. One of the most important things to do as a human is to give back. Celebrities often use their influence and wealth to donate and raise awareness for many causes. Kevin Hart directs his philanthropic actions to his hometown and its children. He donated $250,000 to his school district. The money was used to buy computers. Along the years, he's also donated money towards other causes, such as Alzheimer's Association, pets, Make-A-Wish, or civil rights. He's a small man with a big heart. Number 12. ABC made a pilot about his stand-up comedy routine and life. Kevin Hart's life is most probably just as funny and thrilling as his stand-up shows. Since people want to see more of him, ABC decided to focus on his stand-up career and routine in an upcoming show. They've already made a pilot where Kevin is the producer, but sources say it won't be 100% about him. The main plot is focused on a post-divorce couple trying to co-parent their kids. Does this sound like a new career path for Kevin? What do you guys think? Number 13. He used to go by the name Lil Kev. Some of the biggest celebrities changed their name to make it sound more relatable or just international. When he was younger and started doing stand-up comedy, he used to go by the pseudonym Lil Kev. Because his mentors were using their real names, he dropped it and began using his name too. Up to this day, some friends still call him Lil Kev, so it's definitely not gone forever. Number 14. He has an insane watch collection. Men don't normally collect many luxury items other than cars and maybe shoes. Watches are also very high on the list, but they can get pretty expensive. It's not a cheap collection to have. Kevin Hart is an avid watch collector, so let's have a look through it. He's a fan of Audemars Piguet, Rolex, and Richard Mille. He has around 20 luxury watches, and he buys them to celebrate achievements. They're all made with precious metals, diamonds, rubies, and the best technology to date. He even admitted to spending his first paycheck on a watch. How much is the collection worth, you ask? Probably safe to assume it's north of $1 million. Number 15. He paid his friend $25,000 to lose weight. If you follow Kevin Hart on social media, you'll see he's always doing some sort of sport activity. At almost 40 years old, he's in great shape and is not ashamed of showing it off. On top of that, he's also motivating others to do the same. He once paid one of his friends $25,000 to lose weight, 60 pounds to be exact. Because Kevin Hart is such an inspiration, his friend lost the weight, and Kevin was more than happy to pay the price for it. Wouldn't it be great if we all had friends like that? Well, Aluxers, that's a wrap on Mr. Kevin Hart. The life of celebrity never ceases to amaze. Kevin's story shows that money and fame don't always change you. They just make daily life comfortable and easy. But we have to admit, he's definitely not afraid to show off the good life and the luxury that comes with it. Now let's pass the ball to your court. Let us know in the comments, what would you gift your best friend if you had Kevin's money? And since you stuck with us until the end, let's have a look at this bonus fact just for you. Number 16. He teases Drake a lot, and the internet is living for it. Poor Drake. He's the victim of all kinds of teasing and memes from his friends and the internet. As you've seen by now, Kevin Hart is that friend that will tease you on Instagram or Snapchat because he's a clown and a comedian. On the other side, Kevin is one of the smallest celebrities in Hollywood, so joke's on him. Which celebrity friendship is your favorite? Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.